Hi, hello. So, a couple of things before we begin the video. First of all, and as I've said in the responding to your unpopular opinions about season 6 video, for each of these, I'll have a different person on, so as to have more diverse opinions, not a stale, let's say, dynamic, even though I did see that you liked my dynamic with my friend Lucia, whom you can follow on TikTok, because, you know, we kind of did not tell you to do that originally. But yeah, there will be a different person most of the time here. Maybe somebody will come back. That's the first thing. The second thing is, oh my god, are you aware what's happening in Poland or like a fucking plethora of African countries? You're not, well, I don't know, maybe like check the links that I posted in the description. Yeah, it will give you some just like surface level information, so if you want to like explore more you can, because Google is your friend. Now, why do I say Google is your friend? Well, because, and again, as I've already said, these videos are supposed to be something that you listen to, so not something that you watch. So if there is something that you can't remember, like if we're talking about looks and you cannot remember what somebody wore, if you just want to see what we're talking about, you can very easily Google, I don't know, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1 Queen's looks, or a specific runway look, or a specific queen, and it will pop up. It really is not that hard. Today we're doing Season 2 with my other friend who will introduce herself. We're not gonna make that mistake again. And let's just have a bit of fun. Can we do that? I think we can do that. So, hi!
Hi, how are you?
I mean, lovely. Honestly, it's been a long day, but lovely.
I know. It honestly has been a very lazy Sunday for me, so I cannot complain.
So, do you want to introduce yourself and drop any social media links for people to follow?
Sure. So my name is Suze. My Instagram is MIZ_SUZ_. I am just a drag lover for years. So, I mean, there's no YouTube I'd rather be on, honestly.
Oh my god, thank you so much. And also, one really important thing, hashtag free Britney, right?
Oh my god. We're gonna get blocked. Your video's gonna get taken down. Hashtag free Britney.
Are you ready to talk about the unpopular opinions about season 2?
Absolutely. There are no unpopular opinions, just unpopular people.
The first one. Tatianna's Snatch Game win was deserved, but that runway should have cancelled it. Now, what do you think?
So, my thing with Tatianna Snatch Game was, it was such an iconic performance, but I do have to say that Pandora's was also obviously really iconic, and you know, who could forget Raven's Paris Hilton? Wow. And Tyra's Beyonce? Wow. I personally got more personality from Beyonce's wax figure, but I did enjoy it. I mean, that's where it gets tricky for me, because Tatianna had delivered such a great performance, and I don't think that should have been overshadowed by her one way, but I do think it should have been taken into consideration. But even taken into consideration, she probably still would have won, because the judges seemed very wishy-washy on Pandora's looks on the runway. She got critiques pretty heavily every week, which I love her, poor thing.
Honestly, same. I love Pandora so much, but it's like, they were not wrong.
Yeah, they were just kind of like harsh on her sometimes. Yeah, so I could definitely see where she wouldn't have won, because she already just didn't seem to be in the judges' favor overall.
But also, I think that Tatianna, I mean, maybe it is a little unfair for us to judge the first ever Snatch Game by the standards of the current Snatch Game, where it's kind of expected from you to kind of bounce off of the other queens too, not just, you know, answer the questions. And I think Tatianna worked well with the other queens, while Pandora didn't really, or at least we were not shown that. So I think Tatianna was just exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, I really think Tatianna set the standard high, given that she was interacting with the other queens, where Pandora sort of kept to herself. But, I mean, it was new territory.
But Pandora was also excellent.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was new territory for everyone.
So, yeah, I think we kind of agree that, like, yeah, she did deserve it, but the runway was a little iffy. So, the next one is, and this one is in Spanish, so it goes, Pandora no merecía estar high en el primer episodio. Basically, that Pandora should not have been high in the first episode. I kind of agree, and I think that she was only high because of Kathy Griffin.
I was about to say that. She looked just like Kathy. I think as soon as she heard that Kathy was going to be a judge, she was like, let me get out this wig. She does genuinely look like Kathy, though. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, and they wanted that sort of interaction between them, you know?
Yeah, and I thought it was a sweet moment for Pandora, because as soon as she walked into the workroom, she said that she is mixed between Madonna and Kathy Griffin.
Goldie Hawn, yeah.
That's probably why she placed high. I'm not crazy about this look. I probably wouldn't wear curtains anyway. There are definitely obviously other ones that are better, but
yeah. So who's from the safe pile would you have put in the high placement instead of Pandora, of course? I liked Sonique's a lot.
Sonique, she had the like 2-piece, right? Kind of like a warrior goddess kind of look.
That sort of a thing.
I actually loved that. That was probably one of my favorites. It's a very well put together look. You know, she has the neck piece with the bangles on it, the circle bangles, and then she even carried a scepter, which is probably a curtain rod. I do think that Sonique should have been placed in the high, other than Pandora. I'm just in love with that whole look.
Sonique is just really stunning. Just wow. Wow.
She really is.
Jessica Wilde should have won the commercial challenge because of her performance as the chicken and because of her runway.
That was episode...
That's episode 3. The country sort of tingling, you know. I do kind of agree with that because I think, well, at least to me, Jessica was way funnier than Tyra, you know.
I think she definitely has a lot more charisma, at least in that point, than Tyra did for the commercial. I also really enjoyed her runway look. I thought it was super cute. Tyra's was more of like kind of housewifey for me, even though it kind of was like a 2-in-1 look, but it reminded me of kind of Desperate Housewives in the country.
I mean, Tyra did win this just like because of her sort of 3-in-1 look, which really...
But I love Jessica. She has so much charisma. She's so entertaining. I wanted her to go farther in the competition overall.
I think they were just surprised with Tyra.
Yeah, I think they were. I love Jessica. I think she's funny. I think she's smart. She's very beautiful. She could have easily taken over Tyra for the win for the commercial.
Ready for the next one?
Yes, what's the next one?
So this next opinion is Jujubee perdió el lip-sync contra Pandora Box and one of the best seasons ever. So I want to focus on the first part, the person saying that Jujubee lost the lip-sync to Pandora Box. Now, do you agree with this?
I mean, I just love Jujubee so much. I don't really agree with this one. There's just something about Juju that just captivates me and makes me want to keep watching.
Especially when she performs.
Yes, her charisma just really shines when she performs. She's an incredible performer. I'd probably give my left leg to see her perform in person.
I mean, except when she did that lip sync against Monet on All Stars 5, but you know.
We're not going to talk about that, okay? We're not... I think Juju's win was rightfully deserved, though, against Pandora.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I mean...
Yeah. Agreed.
But, I mean, Juju's a hard performer to go up against just because it's Jujubee. Like, she's great. Jujubee, deserved that win, and I honestly think she deserved the other wins for her lip syncs until she got ultimately sent home.
Well, she wasn't even sent home. She was just kind of like, you're not in the top 2, you know? So Jujubee was technically never eliminated on Drag Race. Wow. Legend. Honestly, legend.
Winners never lose.
Okay, so the next one. The wedding dress challenge is one of the worst in Drag Race history. Absolutely not. No.
I loved it. I wish there was more.
Same.
I wanted it to be like a recurring thing.
Like those challenges where they have to make clothes out of other clothes that are bad. You know, I like those kind of challenges.
Yeah, I think it really stretches their creativity to take a wedding dress and to make it their own. And I thought the photo shoot idea was also unique, doing the male and female parts of the traditional wedding. And that episode was just wow.
It was such a good oh my god. So good.
We would have not had some of the great moments. We wouldn't have had Tyra's singing if we did not have the wedding dress challenge.
Tyra's singing, and then Tyra is a complete bitch, and then all of the Tatianna and Tyra fight, and all of the comments, and what? Wow.
We need to move on.
Honestly, yeah. Next one. I really don't like Raven, like at all. Nor do I like her beat. So do you like Raven?
I do like Raven. I think she has her moments where she can be a controversial figure, but I think that's what makes for entertaining TV. You know, she was an entertaining person, and she was entertaining to watch. And her commentary, very entertaining. Every time she was on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Same. I like her as a reality TV show personality, and now that she's on Fashion Photo Review, I'm okay with her, you know? I don't really watch it that often, but, you know, fine. But the beat part... So, I don't know if you remember, but on season 2, I guess because of the way that she was doing her face and with the, you know, lights on the stage, it always looked like she had a really heavy, like, bags under her eyes. Like, do you see that? Or is it just me being, like,
no,
stuff?
So she always did very dark eyes. She could have done something to kind of brighten up her eye area a lighter shadow. For me personally, I kind of dig the whole dark lady look, so like, you know,
it is cool, and it is something a little different for Drag Race. Like, she was one of the first queens that was like, yeah, I came here to be like the dark lady, and it's like, yep, you sure did.
I think she was like, she said ice queen or something like that, and I mean I like that. Like I said, I think it makes her entertaining television, and I think most of her runway looks did have darker makeup, though.
But we do have another opinion about Raven that goes, Raven should have been eliminated against Mystique. Now, you and I had a little bit of a thing about Mystique that we talked in the DMs, so bring that up, please.
So, Mystique, I think, was treated unfairly on the show. She came into the workroom, and everyone else had these mannequins that they could really work with. Mystique was a size 22. The largest mannequin that was there, that was provided to her, was not a size 22. And RuPaul just kind of brushed her off and said, it was for the curtain challenge, and she said this is about adversity and overcoming it, so just overcome it, basically. And I just thought that was really unfair to Mystique.
Unfair and just stupid.
Yeah. You have $25,000 to get away, but you can't afford a proper size mannequin for one of the contestants. I mean, he basically shot Mystique in the foot doing that. Everyone else was able to fit their garment on a mannequin and then put it on their body. And he just told her to pat it. He said, pat it. Okay.
Like, pat it with thanks, what? With another mannequin? Like, what do you mean? Like, how much would you have to pat it?
Exactly. So Mystique was just given a very short end of the stick. But as far as her country look, where she got eliminated, Mystique's did not speak country realness to me at all. I'm going to be honest, it looked like how I dressed in the 6th grade. I wore dress pants and I wore dress pants and a dress shirt to work every day, or to school every day, to go to public school.
I mean, by the way, yeah, we don't think that she should have been eliminated when Raven went up against Mystique. But do you think that Mystique should be brought back for an All-Star season?
I would love to see more of Mystique. I think she's very funny, and I think she has a very warm. I think she just has a warm personality. So I would definitely love to see more of her. Especially if she was given an equal opportunity like the other girls. I think she could really shine. And over the years, I'm sure she has improved her drag immensely. So if they were to bring her back, she would definitely be someone the competition would have to look out for, I think.
So I think you and I will enjoy this one. So Jujubee was more winner material than both Raven and Tyra combined.
I didn't say it, they did.
Now listen.
She is definitely somebody that you can root for more, and she is more likable. But I can't see her winning this season, given the fact that she didn't win a single maxi challenge.
Tyra, overall, her looks were pretty much immaculate. She knew her body type, knew how to do her makeup. She just was very consistent throughout the challenges and the mini challenges, you know, doing what she does best. So I think Tyra deserved to win. I think maybe a lot of people might not like her because her personality, like I said, she's not as vulnerable as a lot of the other queens, but I mean, you can't deny her success throughout the whole competition. She did really well, and ultimately I do think she deserved her win.
Now, I will say this. Jujubee was definitely more of a winner material on All Stars.
Yes. Definitely yes.
Okay, let's go to the next one. By the way, this one is a really ridiculous one. I don't get why they didn't disqualify Tyra after the Tatianna incident.
Why would they disqualify her?
I don't know why they would disqualify her. She sang
poorly, but she sang.
It's a lot. Yeah. Like, why would you do that?
That's just being overly dramatic. I don't really... First of all, they wouldn't disqualify her anyways, because that makes for good ratings. It makes for great TV, and I don't think doing something petty like that makes someone deserving of being disqualified. So definitely disagree with that opinion wholeheartedly.
To keep it short and to quote the If You See Kami video...
Doesn't make any sense, does it?
And the last one. Raven was not robbed and actually was only average on the season.
I agree.
Yeah, I think Tyra deserves... Yeah. We already discussed this earlier with the Jujubee situation. Tyra was consistent throughout the whole competition, did what she did best. She deserved her win. And
people a lot love to use the term robbed as if the crown was Raven's when like it never was, you know?
Yeah, it's not like Raven was holding it and Tyra came up and said, "No, bitch," and shoved her down and took it.
So in short, yeah, Raven was not robbed.
No.
And that's it. Like, that's the video. Those were all of the opinions.
Oh, wow. Well, I really liked this. I thought a lot of the opinions were interesting. It was like fun to really talk through them and just kind of analyze them from a different view, you know? Many of my friends don't watch. I have one friend that watches Drag Race, so I don't get to talk about it much to a lot of people. So when I do, it's really exciting and fun. So I loved it. Mm-hmm. Love you. Adore you.
So for the last thing, I need to ask you, who's your favorite Spice Girl?
Why do you have to ask the hard questions? I love Posh Spice because I just love the fierceness in her face. She kind of scares me because of that, and I love that.
Same. I live my life by her. Like,
I want people to look at me and be like, I'm not gonna mess with that bitch.
So, thank you for watching, and...
Thank you for watching!